to Time with Thebsian. Today I am talking about the developmental milestones of newborn babies aged 10 months to 12 months. See, there is nothing to worry about a normal development, but you have to watch the baby for physical activity to check the early proper development of motor activities, or there is a delay in motor activity, or meeting the critical requirements of normal development. How you can find out the delay that is happening in a the delay that is happening during 10 months to 12-month development. So you have to check the activity of the baby, that is, whether the baby is pushing up himself, pulling something, catching something, like that normal activity. You can also watch for whether the baby is lazy, whether the baby is going to sleep more time than usual, or feeding less, or not stop feeding. Whatever you give, the baby will eat. That means the baby is not deciding to stop the food before to watch whether the baby faces you. If you call him, whether he is looking at you, whether he is giving his attention to you, or he is simply staring somewhere else. If you make a noise, whether the baby is listening to it, whether the baby is giving his attention to the noise you are making. Means he has to be active in the environment. Whether he is simply staying on his own world in the environment, or he is responding to other activities that is going on in the environment with respect to him. If you call him, if you make a sound, you sing, you call his name. If he is not attending, then you have to note it down and you have to talk to your healthcare person. The important job of the parents is to watch the baby for its behavior, its response to various activities that is going on in the environment. Because the child is becoming active, more mobile, and more interested in the environment. A normal baby will be very active and participate in the activities that is going on in the environment. If the baby is not normal, if the baby is underdeveloped, if the baby is having less activity, if the baby is less attentive, if the baby is not taking routine foods, if the baby is having problem with the caretaker or parents in various activities like bathing, dressing up, feeding, etc., you have to talk to the caretaker about the difference you find in your baby during this 10 to 12 month period. The baby's weight, the baby's height, the baby's body posture and heaviness, etc., will be taken note of by the caretaker or the pediatrician who is taken care by the pediatrician who takes care of the baby during his developmental process. If your baby is trying to stand up, pull something towards him, handle toys, drink water from a cup, give full attention to your instructions and the sound of the toys. During this time, it is not normal for every babies to have teething. Some babies start developing the first pair of teeth. Watch the baby, especially if the baby is slow in its activities. If the baby tells you in his activity or through his activity that I am not normal, it's very distinct. Once you watch your baby for attention, for making sounds, for listening, for sometimes we will talk to the baby, we will say ka, 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 ka. We will say cat, we will say dog, we will say auto, we will say dada, mommy. So after listening to these words, a normal baby may try to imitate or try to say something similar to that. This activity or this imitating activity will not be available with a undeveloped baby or with an underdeveloped baby, and give it to him. Whenever you give that article, the baby will put it back or throw it back again and look at you. That means he wants you to pick up and give it to him so that he can throw it. That's a normal activity. There is lack of interest in the baby. So that's a simple thing. The baby has accepted the toy. Baby is keeping it. Baby may not look at the toy. Will be showing signs of examination or exploration during this period. He will sit up, try to stand. He will pull cushions from the chair. Underdeveloped baby may be using the old bottle method because he drinks water from feeding bottle, because he is used to that activity while he was a very small baby. This is a crucial period for the neonatal baby. During this 10 to 12 month period, he is interested in tasting whatever food you are eating, whatever food the adults are taking. Usually, many parents will share a portion, a very little bit of portion of the food they are eating to the baby so that the baby can taste it. Sometimes baby will show signs that he wants more, but it is ideal to avoid feeding the baby normal food that is taken by adults at this age of 10 to 12 months. And even if you are trying to feed him, it will be worthwhile to watch for allergies. The baby may be having flushes, red rashes, cough, or swelling in the face. How the baby will react to strangers. Usually, if the strangers are coming close, the baby will try to cling to the parents or to the familiar person that the baby is with. And you will notice fear or anxiety when strangers come and try to handle the baby. And the baby also knows the meaning of yes and no. Whenever he does something and if you say no, you can see a clear expression of displeasure or a questionable look in the face of the baby. But babies that are not developed fully or babies that are not normal for the age of 10 months to 12 months, they may behave differently. They may not show anxiety or fear in facing the stranger. That is because they don't look at the stranger. They are not bothered about the activities of the stranger, whether the stranger is calling, whether the stranger is trying to pick up, because these babies will be in their own world and continue to do what he is interested in. So, the major difference is in separation between a normal child and an underdeveloped child is very distinct. Normal child shows anxiety. The underdeveloped child is in his own world and very rarely seeks the contact of the parent. Whether it is a normal baby or a subnormal baby, they must sleep for 12 to 16 hours because their body and the brain needs rest. So how you respond to your baby. When your baby is happy and shows signs of happiness, you have to join, encourage him. And if the baby is crying, do not try to pick it up immediately. If your baby is crying, do not try to pick it up immediately. If baby is crying, kindly watch for the cause, why he is crying or why she is crying. And if it happens during the night time, Do not put lights on. Try to compose him for the time. Dear friends, we are coming to the end of today's episode. That is the developmental milestones, 10 to 12 months. So the summary is that it will be, the key word is be watchful. Kindly record it if it possible, because it will be ideal to talk to your pediatrician at least once in 2 months if the baby is normal, and maybe many times if the baby is abnormal. If the baby is abnormal and it is confirmed by the pediatrician, there are child development centers everywhere in the state, and you have to go register your babies there and follow their instruction. So, thank you very much for listening to the episode. Whether the baby is normal or subnormal, it is a gift to the family. So you have to take care of it, because that is your responsibility. Thank you very much.